She was amongst the most beautiful women of the 80s, but she hated being known only for her looks.
Hated it. I mean, it was really nothing to do with me. My success was based on, my parents' genes and my orthodontist.
London-born Emma Sams became America's sweetheart with her roles in General Hospital and Dynasty, but behind the beautiful smile is hidden a series of personal losses and health issues. And now, in a recent interview, Emma revealed her comeback to General Hospital and how COVID has impacted her life even years after the pandemic ended. She warns us all that the after effects of COVID are still not properly understood by medical science. Before we get to Emma's revelations, please hit the subscribe button and bell icon for all your updates on music and entertainment. Emma was first seen on General Hospital in 1982, and she was quick to grab everyone's attention. Playboy reached out to her twice, and she rejected the opportunity both times. She admitted the money was very tempting, it was massive. The first time I was offered it, before my children, I didn't need to do it. The second time was after the children were born, and I couldn't do it to them. Or how could you do that to your kids? It would have been horrifying for them. She has 2 children from her marriage to her third husband, John Holloway, a childhood friend, who she split with in 2003. Instead of Playboy, she appeared on the cover of the February 1988 issue of Inside Sports in a bikini. Emma was amongst the most, if not the most, beautiful women on television back then. But there was more to Emma than her looks, even at the young age of 23. She could have just focused on cashing in on her looks and talent, but she decided to devote her time to starting Starlight Children's Foundation, an organization that helps seriously ill children and their families cope with their pain, fear, and isolation. The organization was her response to losing her brother, Jamie, who died from aplastic anemia.
I had a brother who died of aplastic anemia when he was 8, and I was only 9 at the time. And there was nothing I could do to help him or help my family through it, and I was so frustrated.
Starlight impacted more than 3 million hospitalized kids and their families at 724 hospitals and care facilities across the U.S. 5 years later, a serious injury halted her training in classical ballet at the Royal Ballet School in London. It destroyed her dream of becoming a dancer that she had since she was just 2 years old. She tried her hand at modeling but found her true calling in acting, as she wanted to be known for something more than just her looks. Emma has always taken the challenges life has thrown at her in her stride. However, her 4-year-long battle with long COVID almost brought her career to a halt. Long COVID is a collection of symptoms you might experience after your initial acute COVID symptoms get better. You thought you'd only have to deal with COVID for a week or 2, but you're still exhausted all the time. In Emma's case, the effects have lasted much longer and been more severe. In a recent interview, she explained, "I've been like this now for 4.5 years nearly, and it's baffling to not just the people who have it, but it's baffling to the doctors. They are some very smart people who are investigating and studying it and doing research, but all they keep finding is more and more damage that COVID has done to people's bodies. I got some really good scans done, and they found that at some point I had myocarditis, which has scarred my heart." Emma's statement is a reminder that the after effects of COVID still linger on. Thankfully, Emma also announced her return as Holly Sutton to General Hospital after brief stints in the last couple of years. She thanked the show producers to work around her health issues and helping her out in every way possible to get her back on the show. Are you happy to see Emma Sams back on General Hospital? Let us know in comments, and please do hit the like and subscribe buttons before you go.